Hi everyone, Bandana here. I hope you're all doing well. Sorry it's been a little bit quiet on the hunt front the last few weeks other than the little short I put up. I am planning to do some more shorts when I get time. Unfortunately, I was quite unwell with COVID for a few weeks, and obviously having the puppy on top of that, I've just not had time to do anything but basically do the battle pass, which has mostly been me playing for a couple of hours here or there, which isn't really suitable for streaming either, which is frustrating, but that's life. Well, anyhow, Crytek posted this tweet the other day, and for some reason it's not getting a lot of attention, even though it is massively teasing a new game mode. Okay, maybe we're completely wrong in thinking that, but it certainly is suggestive of it. If not, they're being very cruel. And don't get me wrong, yes, there are issues with the game at the moment. There's still lots of bugs, even the likes of Psycho Ghost and stuff are mentioning it. And obviously there's still the UI, which hasn't been updated yet. I would have hoped they'd have rolled out some fixes for that by now. Because I've been having lots of issues with, for example, trying to unequip a weapon slot or something from a hunter, and then it just not doing anything. Anyhow, I completely digress, because what I want to talk about is game modes, and what this could possibly mean. Obviously, this is going to involve a bit of speculation on my part, but do let me know down in the comments what you think this new game mode might be, and what game mode you would actually like to see in Hunt Showdown. Looking at the wording of the post, they're saying what lies ahead isn't a new threat, but it provides a new way to face old ones. So I guess we're going to be seeing the old bosses in a new way, is the implication. But they're saying it's faster, riskier, and unlike anything you've seen before. So to me, faster would mean it's going to be a quicker round. So you're going to be in and out faster, whether you live or die. So we're not talking about 45-minute long games. We're talking about maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes max. And then when it says the word riskier there, does that mean there's simply going to be more chance of you dying? Is the only way out if you have the bounty, for example? So whoever has the bounty when the time runs out is the person who gets out, a bit like Sole Survivor, or just that the person or team with the bounty are the only ones that can actually leave the map via the normal exits. And we definitely know the bosses are going to be there, or some kind of boss, because firstly, it said we're going to be facing the old ones, and also in the picture we have a player knelt down accessing the banished target. So we know that that's going to be there. We also know there's going to be teams, because we can see there are two players there who are actually at the bounty target. So they're obviously in the team together. The person behind them, I assume, is an opponent. However, the big thing that's throwing me here is it says, and unlike anything you've seen before, which implies that it's going to play differently to the normal bounty hunt mode. However, if they're saying it's riskier, I can't imagine it's going to be like a deathmatch where you respawn. Surely riskier means that you have more chance of dying, without the ability to respawn. But let me know what you think about all of this down in the comments, as I say, because I think there's a lot of different ways to interpret this. And then once they actually announce this and release videos, you can all come back and say, I told you so if you were right. I'm going to backtrack slightly because I want to talk about faster more, because I think there's other ways to look at faster. Not just the time of the actual round, but also, does the banish happen faster? A bit like the new Hellborn. Does it mean that the banish will happen immediately, and whoever gets the bounty target from that banish immediately wins the game, for example? That would be a fast round. In that situation, everybody would have to spawn at the same compound, because it wouldn't be fair if, you know, someone spawned at the compound, killed the boss, and got out immediately, and that was that. So if it's going down that route, we're definitely going to be seeing a game mode that's limited to either one compound or like a quarter of the map or something, where everyone is much closer together. And that kind of fits in with the riskier, because you're basically going to be at risk of spawning right next to someone and having a fight right off the bat, especially if they're still going with having the same number of teams. And it kind of fits with unlike anything you've seen before, because it's forcing a much more aggressive playstyle. Camping outside the compound isn't going to do you any good if whoever gets the bounty immediately wins. It's going to be forcing you to go in and fight. However, even though it would be teams, technically that playstyle is much more similar to Sole Survivor, isn't it? Because it's still a kind of King of the Hill mode, just you're going with the bounty target as the King of the Hill area rather than a person being the King of the Hill. So that's kind of where my head's at for this new game mode. It's going to be a smaller scale map, maybe duos only, and it's going to be a single boss target, and you're going to have to banish it, but it'll be a quick banish, like it is for the Hellborn, and whoever gets the bounty token wins. Equally, I could see them doing a thing where you pick up the bounty token, and then it's like 30 seconds before you win, and there's like that little period where someone can come in and try and kill you. I also think this would be duos only rather than, you know, solos involved or trios involved. So if you want to play as a solo, you'd be matched up with a random teammate. And in saying that, I could see them going a completely different way about this, making it riskier, which would be that you have to manually banish the target. In the sense that, as in this picture, one of the team has to bend down and banish the target for 60 seconds manually while the other player defends. I don't think that's impossible, but I feel like that's maybe a little bit too extreme. I suppose you could even go further with that and say that if both players in the team do the banish together, it goes faster. Though again, I'm feeling like that's maybe a little bit too extreme. Anyhow, a quick recap of what I think they're hinting at, which is going to be a smaller cut-off section of a map with a single boss, duos only, and some kind of alteration to the banish mechanic. However, what I want to move on to is another school of thought entirely, that this isn't necessarily a new game mode that's coming to the game, but some kind of new mini-event for Halloween, because Halloween is literally right round the corner. And we have seen in the past that Hunt Showdown has done Halloween-based events. The only thing is, there's nothing that really hints towards that in the picture, like I would have expected to see a pumpkin or something. I mean, I guess you could try and convince yourself that the character in the background has a pumpkin on their head. It's not the right shape, guys. It's just not the right shape. So yes, I think a mini-event is definitely possible, but I still think it's going to involve a new game mode or some kind of alteration to an existing game mode. But let me know again what you guys think down in the comments below. But at the end of the day, they have said all this stuff about a new way to face old threats, and it's going to be faster, riskier, and like nothing we've seen before. So that to me just screams new game mode. Whether it's the type of game mode I'm thinking it is, I just don't know. But I really can't see it being like a deathmatch where you respawn, because that just doesn't fit with riskier at all. But I suspect we're going to get some more information sooner rather than later. They did also confirm that there is going to be a patch next week which will fix some bugs, and I've left that on the screen now. But just reading through them very quickly for your benefit, resolved missing shaders that required us to disable certain hunters and item skins temporarily. No mention about compensation for people who had paid for those skins and weren't able to use them, of course. I would have thought some BBs could have been in order there. We've also addressed some bugs with very low reproduction rate that occasionally cause crashes, fixed a bug where the changing region wouldn't take effect until after restarting the client, fixed a bug that prevented players from completing the tutorial due to an inability to catch fire on Xbox, corrected a collision issue which blocked shots in a Donovan Stone, interesting, fixed a bug where attempting to purchase a new hunter slot would return players to the lobby without a new slot, resolved an issue where the shadows would occasionally fail to appear, and fixed a bug where the audio was missing on poison barrels before they exploded. I honestly don't think that seems like a lot of fixes, but they did say that this is the key issues, so I'm assuming there's going to be more on the list than that in the end. And they have specified that later in October they are planning to release more UI-focused improvements that many have been asking for. Well, there you go. Please do remember to hit the like button, share it with other people, and do subscribe to the channel. It's free. And remember to speculate on what this could possibly be down in the comments, because one of us has got to be right, haven't we? And then you get bragging rights when they actually announce it. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all soon.